It's good. What's going on? As far as me, I'm just chilling. Just chilling. Still laying down. I think the last time I spoke to you, I was laying down. I was on the phone for like the whole day, really. I was on the phone, chatting with a friend and everything, building, catching up. You know, and I had put up a post on Instagram, and it was talking about to have someone to have someone hit you and just say good morning, just a simple how you doing, checking up on you, right? I remember it was one time where the community used to knock on people's doors and just a wellness check, right? Just to check to see if they was okay, how they was doing, how they was feeling. And a lot of times nowadays we don't even do that, right? With so-called social media, it seems like people got more antisocial. Salute. That's my homegirl, and I talk about that later. Salute to her, man. It's good to have beautiful people around you, man, and I believe reciprocation is important, right? Giving back that love that you received, I think is so important. And nowadays, a lot of people caught up on looks, man. A lot of people are superficial. They caught up on looks or the bag or whatever. And I never wanted that to be me. Never wanted to be that to be me. I know some women I rock with, and they probably say, why is this dude rock with me? They think some people think lower themselves, right? So my job is to come in and make you think highly of yourself, right? That's just me. This is my job. I get paid for it. I love it. And my job is to motivate you to make you feel good about yourself because everyone has a gift, right? They just have to be able to find that gift, and when they find it, activate it. It's there. Everything that you want, everything you're looking for, that relationship, you have to have it with yourself, or you have to have it for yourself first so you can know what it feels like and you're familiar with it. And then when the universe sends you that person, that special person, you know how to treat the person, and you know yourself, right? We was talking about earlier, self-awareness. That's one of the first steps to really rewiring your whole being. But first we got to be able to take that step. We got to believe in ourselves. We have to see it in ourselves, right? It's good people can see it in us, but if we don't see it in ourselves, we're never going to move. We're never going to push. And this is what happens with a lot of people. They have messed up some great relationships with some great people, maybe because they took the person for granted, or maybe because of their ego was too big and they thought too much of themselves. But I say never turn your back on somebody that has been there for you. I don't care what happens. Don't turn your back on that person, man. Always be there for them like they was there for you. And a lot of people just take it for granted. They just think it's so that this thing happens every day. It doesn't happen every day, but you meet good friends or you meet good people that's going to be in your corner for you. You don't. Some people never meet that person, and then some people, they meet these people rapidly and they do them dirty. They do them dirty. I would never turn my back on a friend or someone who did for someone else. It just doesn't make sense, right? I'm talking to this female one time, and I thought she was beautiful. I didn't care what anyone else thought, but the main thing is that she thought that she wasn't that pretty or beautiful, no matter what I told her, right? You have to think it and know it for yourself. And I think that she knew she was beautiful, but it was some point in her life where she stopped believing she was beautiful, right? So then I met this other sister. She was drop dead gorgeous, man. She was drop dead gorgeous, beautiful, which you would consider a baddie, right? And I'm truthful, just like the sister's truthful. Yo, I met boom boom. Me and the sister went out. I got nothing to hide. We're being thorough. We're being real. And she seen a picture of the sister, and she just automatically thought that I was gonna diss her and never talk to her again. And I guess fall in love with this sister, but that's not my style. That's not my style. We're conversating. We're building. And I'm still friends with the sister to this day. And I told her, I'm not going to turn my back on you just because I met this sister, and you might think she looks better than you or whatever. And that's what happens, where a lot of times we make mistakes comparing each other, right? If you compare yourself to someone that's always doing better than you, or you got a better job than you, a house, you're in an apartment, if you can compare yourself to people, you're going to always feel some type of way. This is why you don't compare yourself to people, right? You compare yourself to the yesterday version of yourself, and that's it. And that's it. That's all you can do. But a lot of times we compare ourselves to other people, whether they're beneath us or below us, and we're always going to feel some type of way because we're always going to have that person on our mind. We're comparing ourselves to that person because we might think that person's better than us, or whatever it is, we still have our attention on that person and not ourselves, and we wonder why things is not going according to plan. Because we're putting all our energy into that thing, that person, whether they're a superstar, our favorite artist. You need to bring the power back to yourself and put that energy back into yourself. Inner G, right? The inner God in yourself. You need to put that energy where it belongs, and stop wasting your time and being distracted by stuff that really don't matter, that can't do anything for you in your life, right? So, I got a tight circle, and everybody in my circle could tell you, I tell them the same thing. I would never put anyone to crash out for me or just to crash out for themselves. I would tell them, I would give my homeboys the same advice that I would give my son. Right? And not because I'm sonning them, because I love my son. I would never tell my son anything crazy to do. So basically, when I'm talking to my son, whether it's my homeboy or even talking to myself, I'm trying to give the best advice, something that I would do, how I would handle a situation. Right? But you have some people, man, that grew up a certain way, and you grew up a certain way. That's a part of the programming. So you have some people whose their minds is not right. They might be 30 or 40 years old, but their mentality is 12 or 11, right? The brain didn't grow like that. Your body might have grew, right? You was feeding your body all of these, processed foods and this and that, and feeding the brain nothing. Right? Because the food that we eat creates an emotion. Who's that? Creates the emotion inside of us. So we're just feeding the body, feed the body, get the body anything. We drink, eat anything. Go in the store, new drink out. Hey, give me the drink, Ock. How much is this, Ock? $2. Okay, boom. Don't even read the back of it. Nothing, right? Just like the conversations and the music and everything that we're putting in our brain, we don't even we don't even know. We don't even educate ourselves on it. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm going to run to the store real quick. But the music has a frequency in it that cannot be heard, of course, cannot be seen, but it can be felt, right? You ever was in a club or something, you stood next to the speaker. You couldn't hear the bass because of the trembling, but you felt the bass. It's that, man. We got to get smarter. Let me run to the store real quick. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all got any comments, any concerns, whatever, leave them in the chat or DM me. Peace and love.